Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of BILVAVI, MISHKAN, EVNEH, and we're talking about finding the Rabbi Shalom, His Hashgacha, His divine providence in every area of our life. Bora Dovid, it's clear. It's impossible that a person will be able to be misbain and examine the details of every single action all of the time. But the avodah, the work of a person is that they must acquire in their nefesh kol pam oid prat va'oid prat, every time a little bit more, another prat, another detail, another nuance, whatever you can glean. Oid yistachlus, look more and look more into the actions that are going on around you. Zir pay, a little bit here, a little zir sham, a little bit there. Until these things are fixed in your heart. The foundation of all of this is a person must leave and abandon the world view of the superficial understanding of what's going on around him. When a person sees the hand of Hashem only in the miraculous events that take place in his life, or those things that are very different than the natural laws of nature. That's the way that it usually works. When do I see HaKadosh Baruch Hu? I see him when a nace happens. I see him when something that's beyond the laws of nature takes place in my life. Oh, look, it's Hashem. That's not the ultimate goal. Rather, a person must learn to see HaKadosh Baruch Hu on every single detail of his life. Even the smallest little detail. Even though it's literally according to the quote-unquote laws of nature, it's really even behind nature, it's all the Rabbi Shalom. It's not happening by itself. It's not happening by chance. It's happening because the Rabbi Shalom, the Eibishter, is the one that is guiding everything along. A person must understand. This is not just telling over the wonders and the awesomeness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In fact, this is the living soul of a person. To live with pure amuna all the days of one's life. What is pure amuna? Pure amuna is when you see that every detail of your life is being directed and created and run and guided by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. As we pointed out yesterday, when you go to the store and you buy the bag of noodles off the shelf, how did you get that bag and not the one next to it? How is it that you got this bag and not the one that's three behind it? Because this is exactly the bag of noodles that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted for you to bring home, to put onto your Shabbos table, to put into your soup, to have for your children to enjoy and your guests to savor. That's exactly what Hashem wanted. I went yesterday shopping in the store for Shabbos, and I was in the produce department, and I was buying a turnip for the chicken soup. And as I was looking at the very big pile, I suddenly remembered these words of BILVAVI, MISHKAN, EVNEH. There's probably 50 turnips in that pile. And I'm looking at them all and I'm saying, whichever one I'm going to pick right now, this is the one that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted me to bring home for our chicken soup. And then I reached out my hand and I took the one that looked quote-unquote best to me, and I put it into my cart, and that's the one that Hashem destined and determined is going to end up in the Horowitz chicken soup for this Shabbos. When a person begins living like that, then you could be standing in the produce department with the music blaring in the background, all the chaos that's going on, all the action that's going on in the store, but you're standing over the turnips and you are literally living with the Rabbi Shalom. That's how HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to live our life. If a person lives like this, Hu yachal liskais lidvekus gevaya b'kutshabricha ma'id. You will be zeicha, you will merit a high level, a lofty level of dvekus, of being close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Of course, you have to go through the additional Tanoim, the stipulations that we spoke about before. Number one, you must remember that there's a Rebbeinu Shalom, and there a recognition that there's a creator and a Nivra and the created one, which is us. When a person lives their life in such a way, you're literally living with HaKadosh Baruch Hu every step that you take. And that's the goal in Yetz Hashem with Shabbos Kodesh upon us, where we have time to think a little bit more. There's less noise in the world, there's less action, there's less activity. It's just us and the Heilige Shabbos and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In Yetz Hashem will be able to get even deeper into the world of seeing the Hashgacha Pratis, the divine intervention of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in every detail of our lives. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful Shabbos.